What's up, YouTube? Demonic Midwinter back with another video. Today I'm going to be doing a CD collection update. This one's going to be of albums that I've already done letters of, or of my collection. So it's about 23 or 25 albums. So let's get started. The first two are both from I believe they're a death metal band out of I forget where they're from off the top of my head, but they're a solid death metal band called Alarum. We have Eventuality and Natural Causes. Eventuality is this one. And then the back. And then Natural Causes. Sorry about the glare. I'm in a different location, so lighting is kind of a pain. Then that is they're a pretty solid death metal band. I would say I would give Alarum, I would give Eventuality a 73.63% rating. And then Natural Causes a 78.25% rating. So not terrible, but not amazing by any means. Next up is As Eden Burns, with The Great Celestial Delusion. Sorry, it took me a second to find it on my list. They are I believe they're a death metal band or some form of death metal. Oh, but I should also mention where I got some of these albums from. Some are from my Willowtip Records grab bag, or my what was the other one? There was another one that I did recently. Willowtip and Gorehouse Productions. Alarum and As Eden Burns are all from Willowtip. So Willowtip, not Willowtip, As Eden Burns is a death metal band from somewhere, I forget where. This album came out in, hold on. It came out a while ago, I believe. It came out in 2008, so 13 years ago. Next up, it's pretty solid stuff, though. But next up is a album that I could not get behind. The vocals were, in my opinion, god-awful. We have Beyond Terror, Beyond Grace with Nadir. Really not a fan of this vocal. I could barely get through the first track. I don't remember when this came out, but I'm either going to sell it or do a giveaway with it. We'll see. I'm not sure yet, but if I do a giveaway, keep an eye out for that video. Next up is an album that came out last year, and it's absolutely phenomenal. We have The Black Dahlia Murder with their 2020 release, Verminus. I loved this album. I had listened to it last year. Didn't have it on my year-end list because I only include albums on my year-end list, or included albums on my year-end list that I had physical copies of, and I didn't have one at that point, but I finally have one. It would be on there for sure now. But I gave this an 84.5 out of 100, an 84.5% rating. So, solid stuff from them. I also just bought some CDs from their Night Shift merch store. I definitely need to pick up more of their albums at some point. Hopefully at some point I'll be able to get my hands on more. Next up is a classic album, in my opinion, one of the greatest albums ever made. We have Black Sabbath with Master of Reality. This is I think it was 2016 release or reissue. It's 2 discs. Disc 1 is the original album that came out in 1971, and disc 2 is bonus tracks that were previously unreleased. Solid album. I love Sabbath. They are easily a top 10 or maybe even top 5 band for me ever. I gave this album an 84.5. No, sorry, no. I gave this album an 84.53% rating. Not my favorite album by them, but still absolutely phenomenal. Black Sabbath is a classic band. Next up is an EP I got in the my most recent Metalhead box. We have, actually it's an EP, sorry. We have Ryzen, The Bleeding with Ryzen to Nothing. This is a really solid EP from them. Hold on. I gave it an 84.14 rating or percent out of 100%. Definitely some solid stuff out from them. I believe they're a death thrash band out of the UK. I definitely need to pick up more of their music. This literally just came out a couple weeks ago, and I am so happy to have this in the collection. Next up is the last release from one of my all-time favorite guitarists, Alexi Leo. We have Bottom After Midnight with Paint the Sky with Blood. This was his last EP before he passed. May he rest in power. One of my all-time favorite guitarists. I'm so sad that this is the last thing we will ever get from him. Solid EP. I gave it a... I gave it a 88%. This is going to end up being on my year-end list for sure. Definitely an incredible EP. I wish he didn't pass, obviously, because I would love to have heard more from them. But what can you do? Next up, we have the new live album from Candlemas. It's the CD DVD thing from their live, or Green Valley Live, which was from July 3rd. Don't know exactly what year it was recorded, but it's a 2-disc, it's CD and a DVD. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. I just recently got into Candlemas as well, and this I gave a 85.25%. Phenomenal stuff from them. Again, going to probably be on the year-end list. Next up, we have... hold on. We have... Hold on. Sorry. We have Circle of Dead Children with Psalm of the Great Destroyer. Some pretty decent death metal. I believe I got this from my Willow Tip Records grab bag. Pretty solid stuff. Not my favorite thing by any means, but it's a nice thing to have. I would definitely have to be in the mood for it, though. But I gave it a 77.67%. It's lower in the lower part of my rating, but it's not bad by any means. Pretty solid stuff from them. Sorry. Next up, we have Commit Suicide with Human Larva, Earthly Cleansing. This is some more death metal. I believe, this came also in my Willow Tip Records grab bag. Pretty solid stuff. This came out in 2002, so it's been out for a really long time. Almost 19 years. Or 19, so not my favorite thing in the world either. I gave it a 78.92%. Not terrible by any means, though. I also would have to be in the mood for this. Not my favorite thing in the world, but it's not terrible. Next up is another, I believe, Willow Tip Records grab bag thing. We have Corpus Mortal with a new species of deviant. Some solid stuff from them. This is the first time I'd ever heard of them. This I gave a 81.7%. Pretty good stuff, not gonna lie. This came out in 2007. I don't remember if these guys are still around, but definitely some solid stuff from them. Next up is an album that I definitely did not like. It's mainly because of the vocals, though. We have Cropath, Red on Chrome, I believe. Yeah, this is, again, Willow Tip Records grab bag. Sorry if you can't see it, but it's not my thing. I can't get past the vocals on it again. Don't know what it is. It just doesn't do anything for me. I'm either going to sell this or put this in a giveaway once I hit a certain number of subscribers. But if you want it, I will end up probably listing it on my Discogs at some point, or I'll figure out what else to do with it. Maybe a giveaway as well for it in the future. Next up is an album I definitely enjoyed. We have Cryptic Enslavement with Perverse Hallucinatory Descent. I gave this an 83.88%. This is some solid stuff from them. This came out in 2018. On Gore House Productions, I believe it was. Yeah, Gore House. Some really solid stuff from them. I am very happy to have this in the collection. That album artwork is also phenomenal. There we go. I absolutely love this album, or EP, no, full length album. Definitely recommend checking that out if you haven't. Next up is an album I somehow missed last year. We have with Deeds of Flesh with Nucleus. I do not know how I missed this. I got this from my local record store, and because I had heard great things about it, and it was absolutely phenomenal. It definitely lives up to the hype of it. Definitely recommend checking it out if you haven't. It definitely would have been on my year-end list if I had picked it up at that point, but not whatever, not the end of the world. Next up, I have a compilation and a full-length from I believe they're a Grindcore band. I forget where they're from, but it's Defeatist. The first is the compilation with Sharp Blade Sinks Deep. I'm not a big fan of Grindcore, to be honest. I got this in my Willtip Records grab bag. I'm not the biggest Grindcore fan, but it's not my least favorite thing. I definitely like other stuff less than that. But, I mean, I would have to be in a certain mood to listen to this as well. The other one from Defeatist is Sixth Extinction. So, hold on. The Defeatist came out, the compilation came out in 2009, and Sixth Extinction came out in 2010. I believe I gave them the same rating, actually. Interesting. Hold on. Maybe? I don't know. From what it looks like, I gave them both 78.05s. Yeah, I mean, not terrible stuff from them. But, again, I have to be in the mood for this. Not my favorite thing in the world, by any means. Next up is, Display of Decay with, Art and Mutilation. Hold on. This came out in 2018. I got this from my Gorehouse Productions grab bag. Pretty solid stuff. I gave it an 84.75%. It's a pretty solid, I believe it's a full length. Yeah, not much artwork on the CD. But pretty solid stuff from them. I definitely would like to check out more of their music, though. Next up is an album that I absolutely loved. It came out this year, and it's on my year-end list. Going to be on my year-end list for sure. We have Dragony with Verbis Unitus. They are a melodic power metal band out of Austria. They are absolutely phenomenal. I love these guys. I want to pick up more of their stuff. I gave this an 86.75. I forget where it is on my ranking, but it's absolutely phenomenal. I think it's actually at number 5. 12 tracks. One of my favorite tracks off it would be the fourth track, Magic. Oh, I love this entire album, though. It's one of the greatest albums I've ever listened to this year. Definitely check it out if you haven't. Next up is an album I really can't get behind it. Progressive metal, instrumental progressive metal, just not something I like at all. I got this also from Willtip. It's Electro Quarterstaff with Ackroyd. I just don't love instrumental progressive metal. I don't love progressive metal in general, though. So, this will be in the giveaway, or I'll just end up selling it. I don't know yet. What I'll do with it. If you like progressive metal, definitely check it out. Just not my thing. Next up is an album that just came out as well. We have Evil with Hell Unleashed. This is absolutely phenomenal. I love this album. It just came out this year on Napalm Records. I gave it a 86.33%. Phenomenal stuff. I'm so happy to that they finally released a new album after I think it was 8 years. Phenomenal album. Definitely can't wait to hear more from them in the future. Yeah, and hopefully it comes out sooner than this one did. Next up is a band that I had heard of recently, again from my Will Tip Records grab bag. We have Goatsbud Withdrawal or Drool. Not a terrible album at all. I gave it an 81.25%. Definitely some solid stuff on here. Not my favorite thing either, but I could definitely get behind it. Some grindcore, death doom, pretty solid stuff. I definitely have to be in the mood for it though. Definitely check it out if you haven't ever heard of it. Then finally, I have Hideous Rebirth. Their I think it's their 2018. 2015 EP, Completely Devoured. Really solid stuff as well. I gave us an 82.2%. Definitely some solid stuff from them. They're a brutal death metal band from somewhere, I forget exactly where, but definitely some solid stuff out of them. This came out in Gorehouse Productions as well, so that's where I got this one from. Definitely some solid stuff from them. Check it out, and I definitely plan on looking for more of their music. So anyways, that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the and subscribe to the channel. Anyways, stay metal.